Yesterday, it was a circus. When there is such a national crisis, William Ruto is out of the country. He designates a blogger, Denis Itumbi, to chair a meeting of such serious issue. The transport officials who were there were shocked that a meeting attended by the CS for National Treasury, the CS for Transport, and the CS for Energy and Petroleum was being chaired by a blogger, Denis Itumbi. That is how casual William Ruto treats the people of Kenya. When the whole country is at standstill, the economy is paralyzed, nothing is going on in the country, he has the audacity to designate a blogger to chair a meeting to unlock the crisis. And that is a problem we have with the country. And many people have been asking me, how did we get here? And I have told them, William Ruto surrendered the leadership of the country to a blogger called Denis Itumbi, a standard 2 dropout called Oscar Sudi, a standard 6 dropout called Farouk Kibet. Those are the people who run the country. Kindiki was in the country. He was not asked to chair the meeting. He's just another flower girl. The president doesn't think much of him. He asked Denis Itumbi to go and chair the meeting. And that is what has been happening. And yesterday, Principal Secretaries and CEOs from the mountain called me crying that Denis Itumbi is harassing them to raise $1 billion shillings to fund the Olkalau by-election. And every PS from the mountain has been forced to produce 20 million shillings to go and fund Olkalau by-election. Every CEO from the mountain has been asked to give 30 million shillings to fund the Olkalau by-election. And they are crying because they had to borrow similar amounts for the Bere by-election. Because these PSs and CEOs are arguing that ordinarily they would look for this money from contractors. But they cannot. William Ruto is the one who gives all the businesses to their state departments and their state corporations and deals with the contractors directly. So these PSs, these CEOs cannot ask for money from any contractor because they are dealing directly from William Ruto. So from Bere, they had to borrow the money from their friends. They are yet to pay. Now they are being intimidated. Denis Itumbi has summoned them to an office. And you can't believe it, that the office that was purchased by government for retired President Mwai Kibaki, the 3rd president of the Republic of Kenya, the greatest president Kenya has ever had, that office where Kibaki used to sit is where Denis Itumbi is sitting. He is sitting on the chair Mwai Kibaki was sitting on. He is using the office that was being occupied by Mwai Kibaki. What disrespect to Mwai Kibaki and to the people of Kenya, that a blogger has been allocated the office that was occupied by the 3rd president of the Republic of Kenya. And that is where the PSs and the CEOs of parastatals are being summoned by Denis Itumbi. And he calls the president and puts him on speakerphone and says, I have told them your message. They are preparing. There's a lot of intimidation. PSs are crying. CEOs of parastatals are crying because of the level of extortion by William Ruto through Denis Itumbi to fund by-elections in the mountain. This Denis Itumbi, a blogger, is the one in charge of government, not Kindiki. When Ruto goes out of the country, he leaves Denis Itumbi in charge. And you saw yesterday, the CS National Treasury is a very senior cabinet secretary with executive powers. But the meeting he is in is being chaired by Denis Itumbi. Ordinarily, that meeting should have been chaired by the Deputy President, the fake one. Or, at least, the head of the public service, Felix Kosgei. But William Ruto, because of despising the people of Kenya, designates a blogger, Denis Itumbi, to chair a meeting to unlock a crisis in his country when he is wallowing in luxury, in private jets, being massaged in air. That is the kind of joke that we have in our country. I want to ask the PSs and the CEOs not to give that money for Olkalau and to go to their offices and work. They are telling me they have been told to camp in Olokalau to go and campaign. Most of them are saying they don't even know how to campaign. They have never participated in politics. Each has been allocated a polling station and told to give money and go and campaign for the UDA candidate in Olokalau. They are all working under Denis Itumbi, a blogger. He is in charge of PSs and CEOs of parastatals. It's the greatest joke in the history of Kenya that a blogger is in charge of PSs and CEOs of state corporations, that a blogger is chairing a meeting attended by the CS National Treasury, Energy and Petroleum, and the CS for Transport and Infrastructure. That is how casual William Ruto treats the people of Kenya and the challenges that they face.